Good evening, everyone. Are you able to hear me? You can come here, friend. Yes. Online also we have. So online students, if you have any questions or you are not able to hear me properly or something, no, you can type in your chat box so that I'll be able to see them and address them. So today I'll start with the basic orientation of our anthropology classes. So we'll try to get familiar with each other rather than getting into or jumping into the subject directly. Maybe you'll take some time to get used to my way of teaching. So instead of directly and deliberately getting into the subject, we'll say some basic aspects of anthropology question paper, how we are going to approach this paper, and then how to do answer writing, how to prepare class notes, and these kind of basic things we will see, so that you will be happy and fine on the first day. Yes. So how many of you have gone through the syllabus? First question. Except Apurva and Ankolika, how many? Frankly, I'm asking, how many of you have gone through the syllabus? So then you will say that if we have gone through, why will we come to your class? But I would strongly suggest that after you go home, the syllabus copy which is given to you, just go through it as many number of times as possible, so that you will be familiar with the topics that are there in anthropology. And as a result, when you read a newspaper or something, no, you will be able to relate, okay, this is the topic which we can use in anthropology. So today what you will do, you will go home, read the syllabus as many times as possible. And how many of you have seen the question paper of anthropology? Yes, some few students are there. So anthropology, how many marks? This optional. Not only this optional, any other optional is for 500 marks, isn't it? So in this one you have paper 1 and you have paper 2, isn't it? So paper 1 is for 250 marks. How many hours is the exam? How many hours? Oh, so many are skeptical. You have any doubt? So 3 hours is the exam. So 3 hours in the morning, 9 to 12, 2 to 5, 3 hours. So writing with a break of 2 hours, 8 hours itself is intrinsically very challenging, isn't it? You have to have the stamina of writing for 6 hours, and also GS papers are also there, language papers are also there, by the way. So you have to build the stamina of writing clean and neat, and also writing fast. Many of the students have this challenge in the beginning. They are not able to write fast, or if they are writing fast, their handwriting gets messed up, isn't it? So you have to fix these challenges through rigorous practice, which obviously our course provides, and I expect that you do and follow this methodology in a very proper manner. Yes. So 250 marks, 3 hours, 500, and optional definitely is a very important thing, because you will be able to score more marks, which will have an effect on your selection and the rank that you get. Now in paper 1, Those of you who have seen the question paper can tell me what is the or what are the components of this paper 1 and paper 2. You did not pay attention to detail? No issue. In paper 1 you have section A and you have section B. Same as the case in paper 2, section A and section B. You have 4 questions here, 4 questions here. So total how many? 8 questions. Each question carries 50 marks. So 8 into 50 how much? 400. But you have to answer 250 marks. That means there is a choice. So what is this choice? Say for example, you can see the different subcomponents of each of the question. Say for example, you take question number 1 and question number 5. It has 5 sub questions A, B, C, D, E. Fifth one also you have A, B, C, D, E. Now each question here carries 10 marks. So 50 marks. Now 1 and 5 are compulsory. That means you are expected to answer them. There is no choice here. 1 and 5 are compulsory. So remaining you have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8. Out of which you have to select one question from section A and one question from section B. And the fifth one can be either from section A or section B. Now, in second question again you have 3 parts. A is always for 20 marks, B is for 15 marks, C is for 15 marks. Same is the case with the rest of the questions. So 20, 15, 15. So 50 marks. Same is the case here also. A, B, C. If you select 2, you have to answer A, B and C all together. It's not like you write A and B here and C wherever you know. If you select the second question, you are expected to write all the sub questions which are under this particular question. So A is always for 20 marks, B and C is for 15 marks and 50 marks. They can change any time. It is not a hard and fast rule that every time they have to ask the question paper in the same model. In the last more than a decade or so, they are following this method, which they can change this year or next year or sometime even without notice. But as of now, this is the thing. You get my point? So 1 and 5 are compulsory. Then from section A and section B, you have to select one question each. Maybe I selected 2 and I selected 7 because one from each of them. The fifth question can be anything. It can be 3, 4, 6 or 8. Maybe I selected 6. So 5 into 50 is 250. You get me again? Please take down because you are going to write these kind of tests subsequently in your course. So at that time I would not repeat these expecting that I have told you on the first day itself. Isn't it? You are able to hear? So please come forward. So whatever I am writing on the board or you think that it is important, no, please pen it down. Yes, so they will be safe in your book. So section A 4 questions you have, section B 4 questions, 1 and 5 are compulsory. There are 5 sub questions here, each one carrying 10 mark. So 5 into 10 50, 5 into 10 50. So 100 marks compulsory. Out of the remaining 3 questions in section A and 3 questions in section B, you are expected to answer 1 question from each of these sections. And the 5th question can be either from section A or section B. Yes? Now, the same goes with paper 2. Anyone can explain? So, section A, how many questions? 4 questions. Section B, now, yes. First question, how many sub questions are there? 5. Each one carries 10 marks. So 5 into 10, 50 marks. Same is the case here. 5 into 10, 50 marks. Then what is the next one? 1 and 5 are compulsory. Now, what about the remaining 6 questions you have? A, B and C, 20 marks, 15 marks, 15 marks. Same goes with 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8. Now, how would you answer the remaining 3 questions? Who will say? Feel free, don't worry, don't get scared. Yes, how will you answer? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. What is the next rule? 1 from, yes, very good, 1 from section A and 1 from section B. Maybe I selected 3, I selected 8. And the 5th one can be either from section A or section B. Maybe I selected 4. Yes. So this is how the UPSC question paper looks like. Now you have seen the questions, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. Now based on marks, how many types of questions are there? Based on marks, what are the different types of questions you have? You have 10 marker, 15 marker and 20 marker, isn't it? Now, there are certain rules of the game. What are they? See, this 10 marks, if you take the time, ideal time that should be taken to complete this writing a 10 marker is 7 minutes. Now if you scale it up, 20 minutes, 20 marker is 7 times 2 is 14 minutes and this is 10.5 minutes. So it is expected that you write a 10 marker in 7 minutes, a 15 marker in nearly 10 minutes and a 20 marker in 14 minutes. You get my point? So this is important because many students struggle writing the answer within the time frame. Even those who are writing mains also, many people falter here. It is only because of lack of practice. And if you have to write fast, first is you have to write practice well. Second thing is you have to retrieve the information from your brain quickly, because if you read a question and try to interpret and then think what to write and you spend 5 minutes, one 10 marker is gone. So you have to read the question, understand it quickly, and you have to retrieve the information, address the demand of the question and write it fast. Only then you will be able to write the answer within this time frame. You getting my point? Exceeding this will obviously have an effect on the subsequent questions, and eventually you should compromise with the quality as well as the quantity. It also compromises with the overall presentation. You get my point? So you have to strive to write these answers within the stipulated time. In the beginning you may not have this capability, but in due course of time through practice you will definitely achieve that capability. How to achieve? Only by practicing, isn't it? If you are not able to, if you are not putting your practice, then obviously it becomes a Herculean task, it becomes an uphill task. So practice is inevitable, and this is the only thing that you have to do till you get your rank, or till you get the selection. Now, this is not the only parameter. There is a space allotted for each of the question. The question is printed on the answer booklet, and some predefined space is given. Say for example, for 10 marker they are giving 2 pages, for 15 marker they are giving 3 pages, and for 20 marker they are giving 4 pages. Anyone in the class is writing in UPSC booklet, answer booklet? Anyone? No, all of you are new? Oh yeah, I have in the first. No, thank you. So this is how UPSC answer booklet is like this. So this is 1 page, this is a second page. Now question is printed here and the space is given, and you can't write outside the margin, you have to write in this box only. You get my point? So how many pages? 10 marker 2 pages. So UPSC answer booklet is like this. You can't write outside the margin. Writing outside the margin goes against the conduct of the exam. In extreme cases, they may altogether not evaluate your paper. So you have to be very, very clear on it. So you are writing within this box. So this is 1 page. Similarly, the second page. So 2 pages for 10 marker, 3 for 15 marker, 4 for 20 marker. So you have time constraint, you have space limitation, and then you have, or you have to adhere to word limit also. You cannot write how much ever you want to. So generally they say that this 10 marker is around 150 words. So in just about 150 words you have to write an answer. Now scale it up. This becomes 300 words, this becomes 200 words. Maybe this is plus or minus 20, that means 130 to 170, maybe plus or minus 25, 175 to 225, and this is plus or minus 50. I don't suggest you should write more than 300, maybe you can write 250 to 300. So just for your idea, 130 to 170 words, then 175 to 225, and I would say this 250 to 300 words. So these are the rules of the game. So you have to write within the stipulated time so as to complete the question paper and give good quality answers, and you have to confine to certain space, because it is not that you are given in infinite or in indefinite space. Space constraint also is there. At the same time, you have to write within a particular word limit. Exceeding the word limit, nowadays they are giving penalty marks. Have you heard about it? So they are deducting some marks out of the total marks that you have gained, maybe minus 10, minus 20. So writing more doesn't fetch good marks. Instead, you are given a penalty. And writing too less, you will not be able to express yourself properly. Even in that case, you are allotted less marks. So it is better to adhere to this word limit within this range. Again I am telling, writing more, penalty. Why should you invite penalty? Just for writing more. Writing less, obviously content inadequate, less marks. So you have to be in this particular range. So the exam is demanding precision and accuracy. See, this is important. Precision and accuracy. How do you get precision and accuracy? Apart from practicing, revising, or maybe conceptual clarity, what other things do you think is necessary for writing precisely and accurately? Maybe you would have come across these two words which I am going to say now. Have you come across clarity of thought and expression? I think this is near universal in order to excel either in professional life or personal life, or if that comes to any competitive exam, or for that matter anything in life, is all about clarity of thought and expression. If you think clearly, your expression will be good. If your expression is good, that means you are able to communicate well. Half of the problems are because of poor communication only, whether it is in your family or with your neighbors or relatives or friends or teachers or at professional front also. So clarity of thought and expression. So clarity of thought comes through conceptual clarity, see, this conceptual clarity comes from obviously classes and reading standard sources. See, it does not end here, it continues, and also keeping yourself update with the latest developments, see, it doesn't stop here. On all these three you have to reflect. So not reading blindly, you have to reflect on the topics that you have studied and then analyze them. You get my point? Then you will have this clarity of thought. And then what is expression here? See, expression, three types of expression they are seeing. One is an objective expression, which is a selection or elimination, and the other one is subjective expression. These two are what you say non-verbal, or maybe you can say that these are based on writing, where a person is not physically present. So the selection UPSC board or the UPSC is not seeing you, they are seeing these forms of expression, both objective as well as subjective. Objective they are testing in form of MCQs, that is prelims, and subjective is mains. Now based on the consistency in which you have prepared and how you expressed yourself in both prelims and mains, you will be called on for the personality test, where you are physically present in front of the board. So your expression does matter. You get my point? If you are if you have good understanding and if you have that clarity of thought, you will be able to express yourself well anywhere. And if you are able to express yourself well, that means you are communicating better. And if your communication is good, you will definitely excel. If you want to argue on this one, I am open to it. Otherwise, you have to accept what I am saying. Online students. Yeah, online students are in a state of utter shock, I think. Yes, you get my point. So you clarity of thought and expression. And how do you get the clarity of thought? Conceptual clarity. You should be clear. How will it classes obviously, and you can do it by self or maybe reading standard sources, update with latest. You are reflecting on what you are reading and then you are analyzing them. Otherwise, there is no point of UPSC. UPSC is all about examination, analysis, critically evaluate, illustrate, enumerate, discuss, explain. These are the ones, no? So you have to analyze. This helps in prelims, mains, and otherwise it is just like any other state service where they don't see as much analysis as possible, because the requirement of UPSC at all India services level is something different from state service. So based on their requirement, their method of testing will differ. So here the method of testing revolves around your viewpoint, how you have understood a particular situation or an issue or something else like that. Yes, so you have to think about these things. Now, so by giving this chart, what I mean to say, that you should be precise and accurate, to the point. All these are challenging. Whatever I have written here are challenging. Time, word, page, precision, accuracy. They are intrinsically challenging. You will only understand when you start writing your daily answers, weekend test and sectional test. Till that time, your theoretical knowledge is something different from practical issues, isn't it? So you will face it when you are writing. So please take down all these things. I hope you are taking down. Yes. Write this one also, precision and accuracy. Please take down whatever I am writing on the board. Yes. Please take down this one also. Yes. So we have seen how anthropology optional question paper is there. We have seen types of questions and the related aspects, the time, then pages and the word, isn't it? Next comes how to write an answer. So we'll see how to write an answer in general and how to write an optional answer in particular. Yes. Yes, we'll give some time for those who are taking down. Yes, done. So how to write an answer? So obviously introduction, a body and conclusion. So once the question paper is given, you obviously read the question, understand the demand of the question, and then you structure the answer and then write the answer, expecting that you have recalled whatever you have studied, isn't it? You read, understand the demand of the question, and then structure the answer and then write the answer. And generally this is in this format: introduction, body and conclusion, isn't it? Always stay close to what has been asked. A simple example: if I ask what is your name, you will tell your name. You won't start my grandfather, then my grandmother, then my father, my mother, isn't it? You will directly answer to you. So always you should stay close to the demand of the question. That means it has to be both introduction and conclusion should be relevant. That means simply you have to answer to what they have asked rather than writing what you know. Many times, maybe in graduation, many people are used to it. Irrespective of what they have asked, they will write what they know. Such kind of tactics may not be of any use in UPSC, or maybe trying to rephrase what has been asked in the question. The same thing is used in introduction and used in conclusion. So such kind of things are strictly prohibited or to be strictly avoided. So it should be relevant. So what is relevant here? What does relevancy mean? You are writing what they have asked rather than writing what you know, and then avoid rephrasing or paraphrasing the things which are asked in the question. You get my point? Like, say for example, examine the impact of feminism on family. Rephrasing or paraphrasing means, in introduction, the impact of feminism on family is. In conclusion, this is the impact of feminism on you are unnecessarily are like irritating the evaluator. So you should not paraphrase. Yes. So avoid rephrasing and paraphrasing both in introduction and conclusion. Now here maybe in introduction and conclusion you may take the help of scholars or researchers, in this case anthropologists, their quotes, phrases, jargons, verbatims, etc. The same goes here. You can use scholars, researchers, anthropologists. Yes. So this is about introduction and conclusion. In both introduction and conclusion, make sure you avoid negative tone, because negative tone will make the person understand that you are a pessimist. So you like pessimists or optimists? I think I want a frank reply. Obviously optimists, isn't it? You would want to be in company with optimists rather than pessimists, isn't it? So avoid negative tone, avoid pessimism, also avoid sarcasm. So the same goes here. Avoid negative tone, avoid pessimism, avoid sarcasm. Your answer should reflect that you are well informed and you are positive in nature, isn't it? You have to see some kind of hope even in the darkest times. So that is the orientation towards life, and a positively oriented person will definitely excel in their life, and they will be able to overcome the challenges that life throws at him or her, isn't it? So make sure you avoid them. Now coming to the body of the answer. Maybe here you can write some definitions or explain the keywords which are given in the question. And then you can try to interlink paper 1 and paper 2, or maybe you can try giving a multi-dimensional perspective, thinking from different perspectives and dimensions. That is a holistic approach. Rather than focusing on only one thing, you are considering all possible aspects. You get my point? So trying to interlink paper 1 and paper 2, or bringing a multi-dimensional perspective if the question allows. You get my point? Then trying to write examples, case studies. Isn't it? Examples will help the evaluator and yourself also that you have understood the topic well. If I say something, you will say, sir, where is it practiced? Isn't it? So you are substantiating your answer by giving examples, by quoting scholars, by providing data, or by providing case studies. So this is how you are strengthening your argument, or strengthening the information that you are putting on the piece of paper, isn't it? So a case study is an elaborated example with the details and facts, isn't it? Then you can draw some flow charts, or maybe a diagram. So this depends on the creativity of the person. You can't by heart a diagram, or you can't by heart a flow chart. That should come voluntarily. So that is about our creative mind, isn't it? So you have to be creative enough to generate a flow chart or a diagram of your own. And the fourth and the last one is a subject specific terminology. Because it is anthropology, in this case anthropological terms, anthropological perspectives will make the answer an anthropology answer. Otherwise it becomes a GS answer. So these are some things which you can include in your answer. Sometimes a question may allow all these things, sometimes it may allow only few of them. You get my point? In the beginning, that is in your beginning days, maybe from your day 1, I will be giving one question in the class for you to answer and submit. On the first day, will you be able to do this? Why? You are a beginner, no? You are definitely starting fresh. Will you be able to do after 1 month? No, frankly you say, don't say now, don't get confused, yes sir, I will do after 1 month. If you are not able to do, why? Can you do it after 2 months? No, like why you are not cooperating with me? Like, am I looking scary or what? Can you do it after 3 months? What is the course duration that was told to you? 4 to 5 months, no? So after 5 months? No, like why your shoulders down? Confidently after 5 months, why? Because you will complete the syllabus. You will be able to find the interlinkages. You will be able to find the dimensions. You will be able to find the perspectives. All these what I have written here you will be in a much better situation, isn't it? Now you are crawling, maybe next you will stand, then you will walk, then you will run, then you will compete. There are stages. So as of now you are crawling, so don't go home crawling, taking it seriously, isn't it? So there are how many stages? 5 stages. What are they? Crawling, standing, walking, running, then you are in the competition. You get me? This is a process. Yes or no? Now on the day 1 or in the first weekend test or the subsequent sectional test, your aim is not this one. This is a map which is there in your brain. You strive to achieve this by the end of your course. So after your 5 months of course is over, then your practice sessions, you have to practice on these lines. Now you can't write the same answer which you have written in your weekend test or sectional test, because now that maybe at that time you will grow mature in the subject and you will have all the interlinkages and the knowledge that is sufficient to write an answer most probably on these lines. Is it logical? Yes, good. So you can take down this one. Online students, I am hoping that you are writing these. Yes, Sanjay, are you writing? Sneha, Gayatri and Vaishnavi. And what about others? I know these 3, so that is why I have taken their names. And I will also get familiar with others in due course of time. So don't feel discriminated or rejected. Extreme left. Extreme left, I have written stay close to what has been asked. That is what I have written on the extreme left. Stay close to what has been asked. Have you got any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask. You are able to understand what I am speaking? Are you sure? No. Now, how to prepare notes? So basically, I would ask your class notes to be your basic notes or basic source, because the topics which are taught in the class may not be from only one book. It may spread over 3-4 books. So obviously it makes things easier for you, isn't it? That is the main intent of the class, isn't it? To learn quickly and to have proper direction, isn't it? And that is why most of you have selected to or chose to come to classes, isn't it? So your class notes is the basic source, as this is spread over many sources. And obviously here we cover the length and breadth of the topic, or length and breadth of the syllabus, and where required we also will go deeper. So I would want you to make sure that you make a proper class note. So obviously, like I am teaching and I am giving you notes, so I would want you to take each and every point, write clean and neat, and after each topic I would want you to leave some space. Say for example, those of you who are writing in these books, here margin is less, or you can draw one line here. This space you can use for adding like other points when you are alone. So this is, you can draw one line. So this is for value addition. Or if you don't like that one, after 2-3 pages you can leave 1 page or 2 pages where you can write the information from the standard books, which we obviously will be providing to you in due course of time. or maybe from the case studies books that we have, you can take some points there. So your information is consolidated at one place rather than scattered over many places. So the first thing in preparation is consolidation of information after conceptual clarity and everything. So right from the beginning we are trying to consolidate information at one place so that it becomes a standard thing for your rest of the preparation. So for each and every topic you leave either one page, or maybe can I get one paper? So they say, for example, those of you who are writing in answer sheets, they can fold here. You can write here, and this can be for value addition. Or you can write here, this is the space for value addition. Or some students does this also. This space for writing and this space for value addition on the same page. Or you are writing completely and leaving some pages at the back for value addition. So make sure you do it. Every batch I tell, in the beginning they will do, after that they will become very confident and then they stop doing it. But I would want you to do it all throughout your classes and even later. And I think that goes well with your GS also. So one notes, consolidation of information makes it easy to revise. So class notes, basic source, you are leaving some space for value addition. So what, maybe you may start thinking like, what is value addition? How do you add value? So this value addition may be a definition given by a different scholar whom I did not give in the class. Maybe it could be an example different than what I have given in the class. Maybe it could be a case study. Maybe it could be a data from different organizations. Maybe it is some facts. Or maybe it is a phrase or quote or something else like that. You can't change the content, isn't it? You can't change the concept. These are the things which you can bring into it in order to make the answer different. You get my point? So for value addition, these are the things. Yes? I hope this is vital. This is vital. Hope you understood this one. Yes? Now, after class notes, so maybe I have taught you one topic in the class. So you made a class notes according to this one. Now, you go home and obviously it is expected that you revise as many times as possible. Depending on how quick you grasp and how quick you retain it. You get my point? So revision, how many times? Some students are how many times? 2 times, 3 times. It's subjective. Maybe I may learn in, it may take maybe 10 revisions for me to understand well. Maybe it may take 2 for him, 3 for you, 1 for you. It is subjective, no? How can I say like 3 revisions is sufficient? Or it also is this. It varies from individual to individual, and it also depends on the topic also, isn't it? Some people may grasp some things very quickly, for others it may be difficult, isn't it? So it varies from individual to individual, and you have to find that good spot, isn't it? So you revise number of times. Now after revising, yes, you understood, you are also very confident that you are able to recall information. Then how to validate whether you are able to retrieve the information or not? What will you do? You have to take a piece of paper, try to recall and write the important points. And if you forget, the process repeats. This you have to do as many times as possible. I think this you would have done in your childhood days also. I'm just reminding you. So you go home, revise number of times. For validation, you take a rough paper, write the important points. Then you do the daily answer writing. So after revision, validate yourself, then do the daily answer writing. You get my point? Here, after this or maybe somewhere during this, you can also make sure that you make a one-page notes. One-page notes. So maybe the topics is spread over like 5 or 6 pages or 4 pages or 3 pages or 2 pages. We would want to make one-page notes for quick revision later on in your preparation, because you will be bored reading the bulky books because you already know most of the content. The problem arises with respect to definitions, examples, case studies, data. So that one-page notes ideally should have these things. For the first at least 15 days or maybe like take like 3 weeks. First 3 weeks I'll make sure I'll be guiding you on how to make one-page notes, but it is expected that after 3 weeks or maybe probably after 4 weeks you do it by yourself. You get my point? So your class notes, one-page notes, revise, validate, do daily answer writing. Any questions here you can ask. Yes? So this is how to prepare notes. Next, our approach to the syllabus. So how the syllabus will be covered? See, whenever I take the class, I actually start with the basic introduction. So basic introduction is your 1.1, meaning, scope and relevance. I won't get into details because I always believe in smooth transition. I don't want to show my might in the beginning classes. So it would be a general discussion on to make you familiar with the subject. So this will be our class 1, and after this we'll go to socio-cultural anthropology. If you have the syllabus copies in your hand, you can see. You don't have syllabus copy? They haven't given you? Those of you who do not have can take from them. You have the copy. Online students, you have the syllabus copy? So socio-cultural anthropology is from 2.1 to 8 for those of you who have the syllabus copy. 2.1 to 8. See here, I'll follow my own order. So I'll start from 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2.1 and then 2.2. This is the order in which we are discussing. Everyone have their own ideology, isn't it? I prefer to start this way, which might be different from others or which might be similar to others. So this is the thing. So I start with socio-culture, and in the first classes we will complete socio-culture in this particular order. Then physical or biological anthropology. This generally I'm taking it in one branch only, but in this particular topic from 1.1 to 1.8, here introduction is there, physical or biological anthropology is there, and then some basis of biology is there, and then you have archaeology also. 1.8b, different cultural ages like Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. I'll teach in same order, 1.1 to 1.8, same order. So after socioculture, physical or biological anthropology, 2-3 other topics are there, but in general I have written this thing. Now after this, again continuation of physical and or biological anthropology, and then some part of applied anthropology is there, which is from 9.1 to 12. 9.1 to 12. This is the third thing. After each of these topics, you will have a sectional test on the format of UPSC only, which I discussed in the earlier. 8 questions, 5 you have to answer. So apart from daily answer writing and weekend test, you have sectional test. So after completing socioculture, you will have 250 marker test. The question paper will be on the lines of UPSC. After this, you will have another sectional test. After this, you will have another sectional test. So we are starting with socioculture, 2.1 to 8, then 1.1 to 1.8, 9.1 to 12. Sometimes I may actually change it depending on the interrelations. Like say for example, I take genetics, like I am teaching genetics. As per syllabus, I can't go 9.1, 9.2. I have to first teach the fundamentals of genetics, then I have to go to 9.2, then 9.1. So some kind of slight changes will be there based on interconnections, and that is the logical way to teach, no? Isn't it? So this is how we complete paper 1. So in paper 1, if you see, it is mostly general perspective. Paper 1 is world perspective and general topics. So here we have seen physical or biological anthropology, we have seen socio-cultural anthropology, we have linguistic anthropology, and we also have archaeological anthropology, and then we have applied anthropology also. So these are the topics which are there in paper 1: physical, socio-cultural, linguistic, archaeological, and then applied. This makes the paper 1, and this is general world perspective. Paper 2 is completely Indian perspective. Now, once we are done with this one, paper 1, then we will start paper 2. Yes? So online students, please write Kiran. You want, sir, can you repeat what is in paper 1? Yeah. See, in paper 1, physical or biological anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology, linguistic anthropology, archaeological anthropology, and then applied anthropology. Physical, socio-cultural, linguistic, archaeological, and applied. World perspective, general. Yes? Next. Paper 2, it depends, sometimes I go from 1.1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 till 9.3 in the same order. This happens sometimes. Sometimes I start from 3.1, I complete 9.3, then will come to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and 2. So one of these models, either this way or this way, it hardly matters. Yes? Now in paper 2, we see archaeological sites in India, we see Indian anthropology, tribal anthropology, developmental anthropology, or applied anthropology, action anthropology. This is an applied aspect. So in paper 2, what are there? Archaeology, Indian sites, then Indian anthropology, tribal anthropology, Then you have developmental anthropology, applied anthropology, which is synonymous to action anthropology. So these are the aspects which are present in paper 2. Quite general in nature, but we will make a subject specific with anthropological perspective. For some answers you can write even today, but we have to have an anthropological orientation towards them, and we will do it. So this is how we will complete the syllabus. 99.99% there will be no change to this particular thing what I have told, and we will do it. And whenever I am teaching, I am not in rush. Very rarely I will be in rush unless until I am bothered for some professional or personal circumstances. I am very casual. I take my time, because in a class there will be number of students. Some students learn quickly some topics, some students learn slowly. Now I have to address each one of them. So I go at a very gentle pace, and those of you who are quick learners, don't think that it's going slow. I know when to accelerate and when to decelerate. So make sure I'll go at a very slow and steady pace. By end of 5 months we'll complete it. Even if it extends by 10 days, no, sky is not going to fall down. We are learning properly, isn't it? So this is what we are going to follow. And my humble request is, if you have any question, ask in the class itself. Ask in the class itself, so that I will be able to clear, and it may clear others' doubts also. Okay. Yes or no? And it will be interactive only. Online students, if you have something, a question or something or a doubt, you can type in your chat box. I will be able to see it, and then I will be able to reply to it. Just like Banu just now typed, what is AA? Applied action, developmental, tribal, Indian, archaeology. Yes. Yes, online students, any questions you have, you can ask. Yes. No. Any doubts you have, ask in the class. Okay, don't be aggressive. Like generally I look very rough, but I am very soft natured. I don't like someone to be very aggressive on me. So ask, I would definitely strongly suggest this one. Try to be gentle, polite and calm, because I am not going to run anywhere. I will definitely clear your doubt. So don't bring your aggressive instincts or something which will obviously make me feel offended. Okay, so I would definitely expect some good behavior. It may not be the case with other institutes, but I am all about discipline, commitment and hard work, and a polished form of behavior, which obviously I am very much vocal about it, and I expect that you behave very gently and politely, just like I do it with you. The same thing I am expecting. I am not expecting something more than what I am not giving you, isn't it? So that is something. So I would want you to be gentle, calm, polite, respectful while asking the questions or raising certain things. The same thing I will also do, because as I said, I get offended very quickly. If someone is rude to me, I get very quickly offended, and I want to avoid such kind of situations, because my day is very long compared to any of yours, or maybe my contemporaries, or maybe my colleagues. My day starts at 5 and at 12. So sometimes I sleep for 4 hours, 5 hours. Sometimes if I sleep for 6 hours, that is a very great thing for me. You get my point? So I wish that my equations in my family, with my students, my colleagues, my friends, relatives should be proper, and for that one I'll make sure that certain things are followed. So in that perspective, I want this thing from you. Apart from that, I would want your regularity. So instead of that one, we can say this commitment, then hard work and discipline. I think that summarizes the attitude of UPSC aspirant. Commitment towards your goal, hard work should be reflected. Smart work is only towards your exam, but not right from the beginning. So there is no substitute for hard work. And discipline. Discipline means doing the same thing over and over again. That means in this case, attending classes, writing daily answers, then a weekend test, sectional test, following the schedule that is there in front of you, or the methodology which is laid for your benefit, so that you can excel. So make sure you are committed, you do hard work, and you are disciplined. And I strongly suggest that your attendance should be 100%, because this has been a constant problem after COVID. Attendance is very pathetic. Some students cite different reasons. And those of you who attend, who have 100% attendance, I will reward them with some gift or something. Okay. If you are following, no, I'll give you some bonus or incentive, or you will be definitely rewarded. Attendance, both offline and online. I would expect offline students to see offline only, and online students to see online only. But online students who are there in Delhi can definitely come and sit in the class. But I am very much particular about it. Attendance. If your health is not well, you can sit at the home. Okay, maybe there is a function, you can see it on a later date. But yes, as far as possible, 100% attendance is required. And if you are able to achieve 100%, now I will give some gift from my side. I am telling you, 100% attendance I want. And 5:30 to 7:30 summer time, best time. The intensity of sun comes down, and while you are coming or going, you will not be facing the scorching heat, isn't it? And obviously during this time you can get vitamin D also, isn't it? So make sure your attendance is 100%. So these are my expectations, and all other expectations of yours will definitely be fulfilled. Yes. Any questions on today's class you can ask, otherwise I am done for the day. I will see you in the next class. And yes, online students, let me address online students and then I will come back to you. Online students, you have any questions or need clarification on something, I am happy to answer. Shagufta Khan, how are you? Sources to refer, some standard books we are giving, but we are asking you to read after the class is over. You can drop them a message, they will send you like a list of books. If you have not opted, you can purchase them and you can start reading. Like you have Ember and Ember, Gaya Upadhyay Pandey, D.K. Bhattacharya, Nadim Hasnain, B. Nath or B.M. Das. Such kind of books are there. You can just drop them a message, they will send you the list. Yes, in the beginning you may not require them, because as I said, no, you are crawling. Then what? Running. And no, it's not crawling, then standing, then walking, running, and then you become competent. So don't take too much of burden or load in the beginning. Allow some time and keep patient, and definitely obviously you will achieve all the competencies and skills that are required to excel in this exam. Yes. So that's all from me for today. I'll see you in the next class. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.